Well, good evening, members of the board and those who are joining us in person and remote. It is Spring Forward Monday, always a special day, isn't it? And we are looking ahead to spring into a strong fourth quarter of this 25-26 school year. I just want to give a shout out to our students and teachers, to our support staff and leaders, our parents and community for everyone's work to really connect, engage, and serve our students and community. I just have been impressed as we've moved through this challenging year that folks continue to step up, and we are going to finish strong. Speaking of finishing strong, look at this data. There it is. Parent-teacher spring conferences were, as you recall, on February 12th and 13th. I'm delighted to share that elementary conference attendance was above 94%, so we are remaining strong. That is a slight increase, but I think most districts around would be envious of such a high parent engagement rate. And I really appreciate the leadership of all to continue to make that happen. Last Wednesday, the Lawrence High Interpersonal Skills class, IPS class, held their annual Polar Plunge fundraiser event. I really wanted this slide to be all photos because of the great the great pictures that you can see of this activity that raised more than $17,000 for Special Olympics Kansas and Unified Sports. Nearly 100 brave plungers volunteered to leap into the cold tank and chill out in the splash zone in support of this great cause. So thanks to all of the students, and in particular, the organizer, Susan Micka, for this year's Polar Plunge event. Julie Henry, the Director of Nutrition and Wellness, was recently out at West Middle School and met with avid students there to give them a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into planning their school meals. And she asked for their help in improving the district's newest menu items. After learning about the complexities of school menu planning, students reviewed snack options and tasted 2 variations of goulash where they provided their feedback on flavor, texture, and overall appeal. Students also shared suggestions on improving school meals, including ideas for warming pastries, and asked the district to consider providing vegan and non-dairy options. Their feedback, along with input gathered from other student groups, will help the nutrition and wellness team determine which items could be added or adjusted for next year's menu. Again, I wanted that middle photo to just be really large so you could see this robotic police dog that visited New York Elementary School. Detective Megan Bardwell from LKPD, alongside Douglas County Youth Services Assistant Director Lee Hausman, visited New York Elementary last week to introduce our students to Chase, one of the department's robotic police dogs. This robotic dog, 70-pound remote-controlled quadruped robot developed by Boston Dynamics, is used with the LKPD and other law enforcement agencies for dangerous inspections, reconnaissance, and negotiations as a support to the police department. Students watched Chase gallop into the cafeteria like a real dog, and they were amazed by all of the movements. Chase comes equipped with tools like a camera, microphone, speaker, and also has stair climbing capabilities. Our students were especially impressed by the robotic canine nailing classic dog tricks like sitting, shaking, and laying down. They were even more amazed by new tricks like watching Chase walk on its hind legs, perform a handstand, jump, wave, dance, and even trace a heart with its paws, drawing excited cheers and plenty of awes from the crowd. Students eagerly asked questions while Detective Bardwell demonstrated how the device works and explained how it helps officers stay safe when they're working out in the field. Afterward, learners waited patiently for their turn to give the high-tech canine a few gentle pets and head pats. Thank you to the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department and Douglas County Youth Services for sharing this fascinating look at technology and public safety with our students. Members, you've already had a little bit of an update on this event, but it bears repeating. Last Wednesday, February 25th, the HR team hosted, and we had approximately 60 teacher and building administrator applicants interested in future positions with the Lawrence Public Schools. Attendees participated in a driving tour of the district. I really loved that part of it. They were on board a school bus, and they returned for a meet and greet right here in this room with lunch. And then we ended the day with individual same-day interviews supported by our district leaders, HR reps, and school principals. I'll be sharing with you members in an email briefing the actual numerical outcomes of that event, so you'll know more about that. We were also joined by representatives from the Lawrence School Foundation and the Lawrence Chamber of Commerce, and I appreciate President Gordon Ross, who came to specifically engage with the candidates and help provide additional information and testimonials about what a great place Lawrence is to live and work. Due to the positive feedback, we're likely to plan similar events coming up. I do want to share that just in a show of hands, most of the educators in the audience in this room, of 60 educators, most of them had prior education experience. Many of them had left their home districts to come and interview with us that day. And you don't know how proud and happy that makes me as a superintendent that they were with us on that day. And also, I noticed some areas represented, special education, school administrators, some music and arts, science and math, just all kinds of indicators in this room that make us happy that we are attracting great talent to our team. Well, it is post-season in winter sports. The 2026 wrestling meet was held on February 27, 28 in Overland Park, Kansas, with both of our high schools competing. Just want to give a shout out to Free State High School Zane Shaw, who earned a state runner-up finish in the 190-pound weight class, and Damian Quick, 120 pounds, and Tristan Moore at 132 weight, each placed sixth in their respective weight classes. For Lawrence High School, Jaden Harrell finished in fourth place in the 190 weight, and on the boys' side and on the girls' side, Goldie Stevens placed fifth. Last week, the 2026 State Bowling Tournament was held on Wednesday, March 4th at the Wichita Bolero North Rock. For the girls, Lawrence High School's Morgan Christensen placed 51st in the state. Free State High School's Leah Wilson took sixth place, and get this, with a 683 series score. So Leah's quite the bowler. For boys, Lawrence High School's Hamden Toast placed 56th, and Lawrence High's Grayson Haas placed 9th with a 695 series. So congrats to our winter sport athletes. We are coming toward the end of our community conversations, winter 2026. It has been a very gratifying time. I just appreciate all who've participated, either by coming to an in-person conversation or by participating on your own team or at your own school. In addition to those parents, staff, and community members, I want to give a big shout out to members of my team back here who have coordinated student conferences, student focus groups and conversations across the district. I just am so delighted to hear from students as they personally share their perspectives, their personal experiences, ideas about their own school and about the district as a whole. When we report this out in April, I want to note, members, that we will have student representatives who will come and share with us, because you cannot miss the amazing things that they contributed. We are now wrapping up this effort, so I would just encourage families, staff, students, and community members, if you have not yet, all of the locations are still open here at usd497.org. Your voice matters, and your partnership and perspective strengthen our work together. I know that our students are probably on top of it, but just making a note that there is no school on this Friday, March 13th, as we have Teacher Readiness Day and wrap up third quarter. And then next week, March 16th through 20th, is spring break for Lawrence Public Schools. We look forward to seeing everyone safely back for the beginning of a strong fourth quarter on Monday, March 23rd. I just want to thank you all for your continued partnership in support of our 10,000 students. As I often say, we have 10,000 reasons for the work that we do together each day. I thank you for supporting our students, their families, and the talented staff who work so hard to serve and support them. It's an honor to serve in the Lawrence Public Schools and to share this superintendent report with you this evening.